guys, I'm Carolyn from Tranquil Mentor, and I do videos on DIYs and reviews and more. And if you like that kind of content, you'll love my channel. With that, let's get into the video. Hey everybody, today we're going to be making a sign for our Patriotic tier tray. This sign is from Dollar Tree in the Crafters Square section. I wanted to be able to use the sign again in another craft, so I did this design on the back of the sign. I just love that it's shaped like a house. I took some brown Craft Smart paint and I watered it down to make my own stain. I think this is a lot easier because I can make any color I want and I don't have to worry about going to the craft store and getting different colors. Since it's for indoors, I didn't even use a sealer. Next, I took some royal blue scrap paper that I've had in my stash for years, but you can paint the back and put your vinyl cut saying on it. You can stencil your saying on it. You can, cover it with Mod Podge just to seal it, any way that you'd like to do it. And then we can cover up the staple with a jute twine bow or ribbon or something like that. Then I took some measurements so I could sketch them out on the blue paper. And there's many ways that I've seen this done. Some crafters hold a piece of paper and rub the pencil around the frame and then cut out the shape. Some people put it in a program and just get the dimensions and do a little template. Just depends on what works best for you. I had some very, very old Avery rub-on glue, and I used that to glue the picture, or glue the blue paper cutout into the frame. And believe it or not, this glue is still working. It's been around forever. But Dollar Tree has some good rub-on glue. Mod Podge or clear glue will work also. And I just rubbed the glue all over the back and all over the inside of the frame, and that should keep it nice. That should keep it nice and secure. I probably should have put the vinyl on before I glued the paper in the frame, but I got excited and I did it backwards. It still worked out. I used some transfer tape from Vinyl Expression, and I will link that below. And it's really good to use if you're transferring onto a painted surface, but I like using it on paper too. It just doesn't grab as much. Sometimes the opaque one is a little bit hard to, it's more like a masking tape, and sometimes it's hard to see, to line things up, but they also have a clear version so that you can see better when you're lining things up. I also found these stars in the sticker section at Dollar Tree, and I will be putting them in the corners of the sign just to give it a little bling bling and sparkle. I just love this time of year. This summer has so many fun holidays. To cover up the staple, I'm going to make a jute twine bow, and I'll just wrap the jute twine around my fingers at the size that I want the bow to be, and then I'll wrap the middle and just hot glue it into place just to give it a nice center. here's our patriotic tier tray sign. I just love the way it came out. It's going to look great on our 4th of July patriotic tier tray. Since I am using this sign on a tier tray, I want it to stand up. I took some of the tumbling blocks from Dollar Tree and I hot glued them on. And when you're gluing them on, try to, do a double row, but also tilt them back a little bit, or, tilt the frame back a little bit so the blocks dry on a little bit of an angle. It just looks better that way instead of standing straight up, because it tends to topple over. So just a slight angle on that will make it look perfect. I think it may need a little star at the top of the peak of this sign. I just think it needed a little something something just to brighten it up a bit. If you want more of a farmhouse look, you don't have to use these stars. You could stamp them on, you could stencil them on, and I think that would give it, sort of that more of a vintage type look. When I made this video, my plan was to show you how to make all of the DIY crafts on my patriotic tier tray. It was actually supposed to be a part 2 of my previous patriotic series video. Well, things don't always turn out like we plan, and stuff happens. Most of the files got corrupted and they were not recoverable. I was not a happy camper. So I took some deep cleansing breaths, which is what I teach, so I decided to take my own advice and relax and de-stress. After all, there is no reason to be stressed when crafting, that's for sure. For stress and anxiety relief, I have my students log their meditation sessions in a journal. I have some journals that I've created on Amazon, and I will link those in the description box below. Always take the time for yourself. I feel that journaling can help you not only reduce the anxiety and stressors in your life, it can also help with goal planning and understanding what has been weighing on your mind so you can be your best self. My solution to this was to show you each craft and explain how I made it as best I can. Then show you how they look on the tier tray with the lights on and the lights off. And I do apologize about losing that video, but for now, we're going to do the best we can. So with that said, let's get into the video. I found this little chair last year at Dollar General in the aisle where they have the outdoor decor. I cut out a small square of fabric, 2 pieces, and I did a simple stitch just in and out. I left a little opening and put some stuffing in and fluffed it up. I cut out some vinyl letters and stars on my Cricut. You can also stencil them on, or Dollar Tree usually has these small alphabet stickers, or paint them, or markers. Then I sewed up the opening. Next, I made some bead garland with some jute twine. I got the beads from Amazon and I will link them below. On hand, I had some red beaded garland and I took some beads from the strand. I used 3 of the red beads to get the garland started, and then next I put 4 of the larger beads on. When I got the size I wanted, I made a tassel with some jute twine from Dollar Tree. For the heart, I took one of those Dollar Tree chalkboard hearts and painted it royal blue with my Craft Smart paint. I used the white acrylic paint from Dollar Tree, and I took a sponge and ran the paint around the edges. I painted the rolling pin with royal blue paint and cut out the font The Skinny from DaFont.com. I cut that out with vinyl using my Cricut cutter. You can also use scrapbook paper ribbon or just a bow with a charm or your favorite saying. They can also be distressed for more of that farmhouse vintage look. This cute sign is from Dollar General for $1. Dollar General is rocking it. I made the signage in Inkscape and letters are vinyl, and I cut them out on the Cricut. I love signs for tier trays. This one gives that red, white, and blue and some patriotic personality. I just love the way this turned out. And to make my tier tray, what I have here is one of the chargers from Dollar Tree. It's silver. And then I have a piece from the Target Dollar Spot. It was red at one time, but I painted it off-white. And here I'm just positioning everything. I've got my cup, I put some straws in it, and getting my signs on, my beads. And as I go through the process, I'm repositioning everything and just taking a look, stepping back, taking a look at everything. And what I'll do here is I'll start putting on, I've got some of the stars that are a table scatter from Dollar Tree. And I'm just looking at color and popping them in wherever I think, and then I'll go back through them and take a look again just to make sure they're dispersed so there's not a lot of colors next to each other. So you can see that red, white, and blue pattern. And at first when I do put them in, I do notice that there's a lot of duplicate colors next to each other. So I'll just go through a little bit later and I'll redisperse them out. It almost seems like they just have to look like they're thrown on there, but you know, they're actually positioned pretty precisely. And here I bought one of those stems, red, white, and blue stems from Dollar Tree, and I just popped them off the ends, and I'm positioning back behind everything, putting them back behind everything to give that extra little pop of color back there too. And then these roses, these wooden roses, are really beautiful. I got them from Dollar Tree also. I've never seen them before. And my Dollar Tree got them in. And I'm putting those throughout the tray too, just to give it a little bit of a rustic look. These would be great too because they're reusable, so you can use them in another tray or another craft. And then you have to have lights. These are the typical Dollar Tree lights that we always see, and sometimes they're on the ends. I haven't seen them in my store lately, but I had them in my stash, so I put those on. And I'm just repositioning everything. That rolling pin moves a little bit, so I just put it back in to you know, a good position where you can see the letters. And there you have it. It's all set, and this is it with the lights on, with my kitchen lights on. And then that's it with no lights on at all. And I also have a little night light that I made, and I just put some vinyl on it with I think it says God Bless America on there. But it's one of the red night lights that Dollar Tree has, you know, recently gotten in. Also in the lost and corrupted files are these garden flags that I made. I made 2 of them with some placemats that were just out in front on the shelves when I came in the store, and I thought they would be great for a garden flag. I tend to spend so much money on them, and I just wanted to make some of my own. And you know, that's vinyl on the back, and I'll make sure I link to the Etsy store that I bought that vinyl from, or I bought the design from. And right here what I did was the back, I glued this burlap loops, and it was, you know, I used hot glue and it was a little lumpy. Maybe next time I would use fabric glue and just wait it out, but I put that ribbon over it, and I thought, you know, it worked out pretty good. This flag, the second flag I made, is the vinyl from the Dollar Tree, and I thought I'd give it a try. It's going to be outside, but it's not going to be out there long, you know, so it won't get, you know, faded or anything like that, and we'll just see how it lasts. But it wasn't too bad to cut. I noticed with it, if you just cut larger and try not to cut very precise, then it works pretty good, and it does stick very heavily to everything. So I used my light grip mat. And then there's the same Etsy store designer, and I got the file from there too. And it's just, you know, put on there with the Oracle vinyl, the 651 for outdoor. And that's what I had on hand. Otherwise, I would have used what I had. And here's what they look like outside of my front yard. I just love the way that they came out. There's the back of the first one, and you can see a little bit of the design through, but I didn't mind. And there's the second one that's down by my mailbox. I love the way it blows in the wind. And there's the back of it, so you can see the circle through there, but it's fine. I just love them, and they're gonna save me a lot of money on flags. Hey guys, crafting and DIYing is a great outlet for stress and anxiety, along with meditation, manifestation, and mindfulness. I have a free downloadable meditation guide that I'm going to put in the description link down below. It has helped me tremendously, and I just wanted to share it with you. It will be in PDF format, so you'll have to use a PDF reader or something like Adobe or whatever you use to view documents like that. I'm also working on an Amazon logbook for meditation, and when I finish it, I'm going to put it on Amazon.com, and I'll put that link in the description for you below. Thanks for watching my video today. I appreciate you so very much. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I will see you in the next one.